rid of that coral after they eat it, right, can produce 2 tons of sand. All that white sand that's sitting on the beaches, and this is also true for Hawaii as well, all of that sand is parrotfish poop that you're rolling around in when you're on the beach. Some more little fish. These guys are out at night. They've got the big eyes, different kinds of eels, and then you've got those spiny, that's a turkey fish, you've got scorpion fish, all of those guys that are out there. Boxers, just a huge variety of wildlife. And the water just looks really, really beautiful. Different rays, white-tip, black-tip reef sharks, hammerhead sharks out there. And on Guam, we also have turtles that are out foraging as well. And there are nesting sites out here as well. So there are turtles that originate, they're born on Guam, and then they go out, and then they come back 30 years later and they make Guam their home, and this is where they're nesting for the rest of their lives. Dolphin, whales, pilot whales. We don't see any humpbacks, any migratory whales like that. And then Guam has some really cool aquariums as well. They have developed one right actually close to where the ship was going to be docked, where they have these tunnels that will go all the way out underwater, all the way out in this area called PD bomb holes. And these are parts of the reef. They call them bomb holes because this is where bombs landed and they left these huge craters. And they built this aquarium out in one of those craters. Here, and just a little bit more, in Araha pools. This is on the other side of the island, located down here. This is a little arch that is left over from the Spanish colonial days. This is the beach that we were headed to. This is Tumon Beach. See the sand, a little bit of the bay there. Here, and that would have been our beach had we been there. I think it was going to rain all day anyway. Rain, hail, snow, lightning. It was going to be a terrible day. Yeah.
Typhoon.
Sharks, you name it. Can I make it sound even any worse? Alright, so this is the fringing reef, the drop off, and then this is the area where we play. Here, this is one of the hotels that is there. You might be wondering how these hotels handle these 200-mile-an-hour wind typhoons that come through here. Well, they become shelters, and they're pretty sturdy. Any hotel that was going to blow down blew down a long time ago. And they withstand those. They have backup generators and all of that. We've all heard of the Hilton hotels, right? The Hilton hotel chain, the busiest Hilton. Think of all the Hiltons all over the world, through Europe, Asia, everywhere. The busiest Hilton hotel in the world is found right there in Guam. Crazy, isn't it? And it's because the Japanese come in, they're always full, and they usually stay for 3 days, and on the 3rd day, they'll book the hotel for the whole day, but the next flight coming in from Japan comes in the middle of the night. So every 3 days, they get to book this hotel that has almost 2,000 rooms in it. And because it's booked 100% of the time, that makes it the busiest hotel, Hilton hotel in the world. Philippine Sea on one side, Pacific Ocean on the other. Those were just some diving tips I was going to give a few people. There's the, on that page right there, the 2 side screens, you can see the Tokai Maroon and the Cormorant. Blue hole, there are a lot of blue holes in the world if you happen to be a diver. This is one of them, and it is spectacular. Its visibility is unlimited out there. You can see for 300 or 400 feet. Also makes it a dangerous dive too, because divers will go down in that and they won't be aware of their depth. And the top of that is at about 60 feet, and then you go through the hole, and that just drops down forever. But really spectacular dive. You can see people doing that. A little bit north, Gab Gab, a few of the other places to dive. That's Apra Harbor. Our ship would have been right there where that green dot is. And these are all dive spots that are within that harbor. A few other little spots, underwater spots. We can skip through those. If you don't know what to do in Guam, and that's just about what to do, perfect day, have a drink, and then just a little closing kind of on that. Aren't those limestone? That's all limestone structures that are there that you can see.
Thank you.
Okay, folks.
All right, thank you.
That's as good as I can do on that. Thanks for coming. If that wasn't what you wanted, I apologize. And then from here on out, we're going to stick to the schedule. How about that?
Yeah.
And I think we will. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will. And that show that I was going to do today, I'll stick that in again on the regular schedule. And then on the way to Hawaii, I'm going to talk, just to let you know, on the way to Hawaii, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do the islands of Aloha, and that's where I'm going to tell you the history of the Hawaiian Islands. I'm going to do the Navigators of the Pacific. I'm going to tell you the story of how all these islands, and it was a mystery until the 1970s, but I'm going to tell you probably the most amazing story of navigation ever, about the Polynesian navigators and how they held the secret and the key to be able to find all of these thousands of islands, and nobody knew about it. Nobody proved it until the 1970s. So I'm going to tell the story of that. I'm going to tell you how to get around Honolulu with information that you can actually use. When you get into Honolulu, we'll talk about how everything reproduces in the sea. And then I'm also going to tell you the story of Captain Cook. He had 3 voyages here in the Pacific Ocean over an 11-year period of time. He was the greatest navigator, European navigator, to have ever lived. He was, the discoveries that he made and the work that he did during those 11 years changed the Pacific forever, and changed actually how we navigate and how we how the Pacific, the islands of Polynesia, all the Pacific were changed forever by him. And I'll tell you that story as well. And then I've got a whole bunch of other talks too. All right? Okay, have a great day, and see you later.